Hi everyone! It's another just straight to the page today, but I promise you, you will see my lovely face again next week. So today I'm going to teach you how to paint a really pretty, just simple little tableau of some of my favourite colourful flowers celebrating the pink to red to orange spectrum. So we're going to begin by just sort of drawing in a few curves. Now this is so we get a sense of the sort of lovely playful feel of a little composition, and it also just helps us sort of interweave things. So you can see I'm just basically filling the page with curves which will help us plan a lovely little piece. Okay, that seems really nice. We sort of filled the page quite nicely. I'll get rid of that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint in some lovely pink peonies, and I'm just going to use permanent rose, and let's go. So I'm going to paint in a nice sort of large focal flower peony here. So I'm really focusing on getting the sort of broad cup shape there, and then now just sort of using a few petals that are just sort of fanned out off the bottom. Everything's sort of anchored down in there. I'm using my size 2 brush. I'm just sort of going a bit tentatively, carefully, but that's looking really nice. And then on here will be one that's just a bit more closed up, a bit more of a bud shape. I know we're sort of past the peony season now, but they're just still such lovely flowers to paint, and they're also ones that people ask me how to paint quite a lot. Okay, so I've done those fairly nice and wet, so now I can just add a dab of more concentrated permanent rose to just sort of add a little bit more at the base. Okay, I'm going to paint in another one here. I'm going to have a nice sort of big open one again. So I'm painting them from the side. But this one here, we're just going to see inside it. So this, I brought the sides up a little bit more around the front, and then we'll have one or two petals that are just unfurling, and then what I can do is just sort of scribble a little bit around the edge, around the top there, and it gives us a bit more of a broad sort of open peony that we can see into. I'll do a very small peony bud for that one. Okay, so I'm just going to find a few more places to pop in some of these focal flowers. Now I'm going to travel along the colours here and get some red involved. And I'm now going to paint in a poppy or two. So this is going to be with my large, what have I got? I've got a size 6 brush, and I'm going to just sort of squash the brush down. I don't want there to be too much sort of I don't know, finesse there, so I'll pop another one in down here at the bottom, and I'm honestly just sort of squashing the brush down. I really don't want too much. Let's pop another one in here. And then if you want, you can always sort of pop in a little wayward petal here and there, but really I think that's fine. Now of course poppies do have a bit of darkness, often sort of portrayed with a black. I'm going to just take a very deep sort of purpley blue, which is Alizarin Crimson mixed with a little bit of French Ultramarine. I'm just going to dab the tiniest bit. That was a single dab for all of those. And that's looking really lovely. So the next thing we're going to do is add some berries in. So we're starting to sort of fill up our page a little bit. I might need to draw in an extra pencil stem here or there, or what I might do is just sort of commandeer one or two of these extra ones. But what I'm going to do is take cadmium orange here, and I'm going to use my size 0 brush to paint in a range of berries, so different sizes, some with little bits of unpainted space, some just entirely full. Little clusters around and about the place. So things are still pretty sparse because we're now going to fill things up with some foliage. So I've got my rigger brush, the long slender bristles, and we've got a dark sort of piney green, which I'm going to use for my peonies. So I'm going to follow the stems, but also there might be points where I'm like, I think I just want to move that over a little bit, because then also we want room for all sorts of lovely leaves. And then I think I will move to my size 2 brush peony leaves are quite slender, so we're just going to slowly build things up, and we're just sort of now creating a piece that's sort of all filling in the gaps. And the curves are so important because they really lend to the sense of the sort of free-flowing sort of character of the natural floral and foliage bits and pieces. So some of these leaves I'm creating with a double stroke and allowing for a tiny bit of unpainted space just down in the middle. And then I'm going to use a slightly more yellowy green. I've got green gold, which is an actual colour that I really love using for the poppies. I'm going to just change one or two of these stem directions. Now the other thing with poppies is we often get a poppy, sort of a poppy head, a poppy seed head. So I'm just going to add one or two of those in as well. And I'm going to do that by just using the size 2 brush, doing 2 little mirrored C curves. And I'll get a slightly smaller brush and just get a little bit of that darker green in the bottom, and then just we like it when things bleed and blend. Looks cool. Okay, and then for the little seeds, not little seeds, little berries, I might just use a regular sap green. I'll just place in these stems, and then I can see if at all I need just some regular little leaves anywhere. And I think I do. So in goes just a few little curves. And now I'm going to, well, I'm personally going to choose a size 0 brush and my green gold to paint in some simple little leaves. So I'm just going to keep filling up the page until we've got a nice piece. And there you have a lovely pattern piece. You can just keep checking. I found a little corner here, and up here I just added a few more berries. But all you need to do, let it dry, rub out the pencil, and you've got yourself a really pretty little tableau that will just look lovely up on the wall somewhere, or as a nice gift for someone. I want to say thank you so much to you all for watching, and for my patrons in particular for their support, because that support enables us to keep creating videos like these that everyone can enjoy. So don't forget to hit the like button, comment, let us know how you got on with this one, and if you never want to miss another video, just hit the subscribe button. Okay, until next time, bye!